What's going on, gamers? I'm going to do a react here to Dreamcast's video. Dreamcast guy is basically kind of going to be ripping into Nutella and his aspect, like Microsoft says the future of gaming is not Xbox. What? Yeah, very true. So you guys know about the video I did before this with Nutella, but this one I want to see what Dreamcast guy has to say. As you know, to me, he's funny. That's why I do his content, and he's right about some things too. And there's some things that I reacted with in the past, so I have my own ways of making amends and reacting positively. But at the same time, I'm genuinely interested. So let's get into this.
Hey there, gamers. Dreamcast Guy here. Today we're talking about Xbox because the president, the CEO, the head of Microsoft, Satya Nadella, yesterday, he did a very strange interview where at one point he goes on a 2-minute rant. He starts just talking about the future of video games, but he doesn't talk about Xbox. He says that Xbox is no longer the focus, it's Windows. He said the idea is to basically make gaming into Microsoft Office. Now, what?
Yeah. And I was telling people about this for the longest. Remember, guys, I said, it's Nutella. Like, if I'm pointing, it's that guy. I'm telling you, watch out for him. Because he's going to override everything. And it doesn't matter what you think Phil Spencer is saying, or it doesn't matter what you think Sarah Bond is saying. This guy, what he wants is going to happen. He has to get to those stock and shareholders. He's got people behind him. Pushing at him too, and because of that, that means that the people that are now fully in control is the Microsoft Corporation, not the Xbox division. So this is all suits and profit and margins and all that, and Windows and Copilot. No Xbox.
To talk about this because everybody is picking apart this interview, and it really seems like, honestly, this feels like a very, very bad sign. I feel like one of the things that kind of terrifies me the most about the industry as it currently exists is buyouts from boring billionaires, right? Yeah. Like, consider the fact that here in just the last, 5-6 years, they have spent almost $100 billion on acquisitions, buying Doom, buying Bethesda, buying Activision Blizzard, all this stuff that racks up to close to $100 billion of studio acquisitions. And what does that lead to? Does that lead to better games? Does that lead to bigger worlds? No, it leads to profit increases via stock. It doesn't actually lead to games. It leads to investment folder talk by Microsoft. But let me take a look at this because I do truly believe this is a sign as to just how dead Xbox is. At this point,
hey, he's on the money though. So here's the thing, it's different when you think you're pushing for something pro-consumer and you want it to be pro-consumer oriented, right? And then that type of stuff does get to y'all. But you can't get mad at Dreamcast guy now because Microsoft has done it for you, point blank.
Microsoft literally doesn't even want to talk about it. Well, let's get into it. Hi, hope you're having a great day. And if you could, please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I wanted to thank you guys. I love whenever there's interesting news. 1,000 people sent me this, and I appreciate that very much. Now, here's some quick bullet points before we go into the actual statements line by line, because it is so long and it's so dense. Everybody is already making fun of it. Stuff like Microsoft CEO, Xbox isn't competition against other gaming platforms. It's going against TikTok.
Oh,
okay, let me start with this. So he starts by saying that Windows is the gaming focus now, not the console, not anything else, not trying to figure out some way to make Xbox more popular, not even the studios. The goal is to make everybody game on Windows.
They're forcing you to go to PC because Xbox is dead. Yeah. So with that, that's where Nutella is at. He's going to put all his integrations in there and try to make it like Office says, where it's a package everywhere, put it on every TV. That's what him and Michael Pachter, I'm pretty sure, were talking about. And they think that that is somehow going to be like that, but they're in for a rude awakening because the problem that they don't understand is that nobody cares about your brand when it comes to gaming, except whatever the hell else is left over. You are now an icon on people's laptop or an icon to pull up that may disappear.
It does seem like Microsoft's, I would say, jealousy I do think that Microsoft is in a spot where they wish they were Valve. They wish they were the Steam storefront, specifically
Correct.
because I do think that Steam has managed to do something very, very unique, which is that they got there first. People don't remember this now. Originally, people didn't like Steam way, way, way back in the day. The idea of like this digital all-in-one storefront that you had to have on your PC, people didn't really like the idea of Valve and the Steam storefront way back decades ago. But as it got better, honestly, a lot of people came to love it. Now, at this point, people prefer to buy games on Steam. It is pretty much the unanimous entire launcher for all of PC gaming, at least for the most part, right? And so it sounds like...
Yeah, exactly. Unless you want to like go to like GOG and get those games and have DRM free aspects. So that's another nice option as well. And a lot of people use that. You get really good prices on there.
Microsoft, in a way, is jealous at the fact that they've managed to hit such global saturation, and now they get free profit. I think something crazy. They make tens of billions of dollars a year at Valve for putting out literally 0 games of their own, and I think Microsoft wishes they had that magic. They confirm, once again, that their multi-platform strategy is their primary focus. They want to be a successful publisher and uses the success of Microsoft Office as an example. Yeah, man, because... when I think about good publishing, I think about Microsoft Office. What an insane statement.
I agree with him. That statement is as insane as saying that gaming is competing with TikTok and shorts and all of that. And it's like, see, you're so much not a gamer. You just look at what you think successful in the world. And you somehow think that there would be competition for gaming when gaming is competition for gaming. Yeah, nothing else.
Console and PC as the same thing heavily hints that the next console being more PC based. Now, there have been a couple leaks this week that I didn't have a chance to report on because I was working on that Dragon Quest review, but I do think the idea, the more I hear about this hybrid PC console idea, I think I like the idea of it. Some people are essentially saying that the goal that Microsoft is going to attempt, and who knows how true this will be, is to essentially make you basically a portable mini PC. The next console is going to be roughly the power of like, I don't know, a $2,000 PC, but they sell it to you for $1,000. My thing is...
No, I don't think they're going to lose that much money. It's going to be more like, if it was a $2,000 PC, maybe $1,600 or something. Or if it's a $1,500 PC, like they're $1,200 or something. Something like that. But I get what he's trying to say, though.
Is that I still don't think that A, console gamers are going to want to buy a $1,000 console,
No.
and B, it does kind of become that thing where part of the fun, part of the interestingness of gaming on PC is the customization of it, and honestly, the modular nation of it. The fact that I can swap out specific pieces of my PC. Oh, I need to upgrade the motherboard or add on RAM or do a new graphics card and stuff. I think the downside of buying an all-in-one mini PC boxed together by Microsoft, this next-gen Xbox, is that even if it's cutting edge for a bit, I won't be able to upgrade it the way I could a PC, right? It says they're competing. Their competition in gaming is short-form video. Says good margins are needed to keep funding. Let me actually go through this. Let's take a look at chunks of this because it is just, honestly... it's so stupid, and I feel like it shows how much these corporate overlords, they do not care. They do not like you.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that are starting to figure that out now. You know what I find funny? The stuff that people are starting to figure out for, definitely the people that send people to attack me, are finally getting some sort of a wake-up call. Can I go burn some people down? Oh, you know I got every right to do it, which I kind of find funny. Just saying, tried to tell you. Let's keep going though. We know AGN is the better guy, and yeah, you see what I'm saying, y'all? Yeah, this is the type of stuff I'm talking about. Yeah, you know where to hit the sub button at. You know where you got to get the memberships at. You know where you need to leave the tips at. Definitely, if you've done wrong, you don't have to, but you kind of get what I mean. I'm kind of messing with you a little bit, but even then, hey man, who was wrong and who was right?
I think in a way the Xbox team at this point just hates the gamers because it does feel like that honestly the whole bubble has popped and everybody's kind of feeling like they're all about to get fired as soon as Microsoft determines how to put it on a spreadsheet that sounds positive, right? The biggest gaming business in the world is Windows business. To us, gaming on Windows, and of course Steam, has built a massive marketplace on top of it and done a very successful job. So to us, the way we're thinking about gaming is, let's first of all, we're now the largest publisher of the after the Activision deal. So therefore,
You see what Microsoft's telling you, right? Like they always have this idea where like no matter where they go, y'all, they could never be first place when it comes to game. Like that would never happen. And then they see Steam and they see their opportunity because this is the only opportunity. So what they're going to do is they're going to beg them. You don't understand this begging, guys. Microsoft is failing so bad they have to beg and lose 30% to give people the illusion of getting PlayStation 5 games, just like on the ROG Ally, on their device as if it was going to be an Xbox. You already know now it's a PC. I can do this right now on my laptop. I've been able to do it for years on Steam. You're not getting an Xbox and playing PlayStation games. You're getting a PC. They're already telling you it's Windows. Windows has been doing that for years. So it's not anything new. What's going to make it feel like that is the fact that you think that you could, not think, but you're going to be able to carry over and play some of your games backwards compatible if it's play anywhere and if it's not a dual license. If it's not a dual license, like a game that's only on Steam, you have to buy that again, by the way. They're not being concrete with you about that. I was reading something somebody told me about. So you kind of get the idea. You're not getting something to play PlayStation games. You can already do that right now, and you have been for years. You're just getting an extension of what could already do that, just like the ROG Ally is the extension of a PC with launchers and stuff like that. And this is looking at the concrete reality and stop trying to come into the PC world with this garbage because there's no need for it. You are not getting a next-gen Xbox. It's done. You're just getting a PC with backwards features to do the same thing people have been doing for years. But that's the deception, you see, and that's why barely anybody's going to buy it because ain't nobody falling for it, and they already know. I got my PlayStation, I got my games there, my continued library, and money has. I got my Nintendo exclusives only there, and anything that Sony shared or Microsoft has already been on PC, so it's not anything new.
We're going to be a fantastic publisher, similar to the approach of what we did with Office, where we're going to be everywhere on every platform. We want to make sure that whether it's consoles, whether it's PC, whether it's mobile, whether it's cloud gaming or the TV, we just want to make sure that games are being enjoyed by gamers everywhere.
I just want to make sure to get that money back. Give me that money. Give me that honey. In the meantime, Nintendo and Sony, Halo can be your new buddy. And Nintendo can have her on the go. The market never goes down. Let's go.
Second, we also want to innovate our work on the PC system side for console and PC. So it's kind of funny that people think about the console and PC as two different things. We built the console because we wanted to build a better PC, which then could platform for gaming. So I kind of want to revisit some of this conventional wisdom, but at the end of the day, console has an experience that is unparalleled. It delivers performance that's unparalleled. It pushes,
on the go, bro.
think, the system forward. So I'm really looking forward to that next console, the next PC gaming. But most importantly, the game business model has to be where we invent some of those new interactive medias. Because after all, gaming's competition is not other gaming. Gaming's competition is short form video. And so if as an industry we don't continue to innovate, both as we produce what we produce, how we think about distribution, the economic model, the best way to innovate is to have good margins. This is corpo speak. And I know
100% corpo speak.
I talk about this, but God, do I hate corpo speak. Hey, here's why shutting down all those studios is actually good for gaming. Here's why having no exclusives and selling no consoles actually, surprise, is good for gaming. Here's why all of our acquisitions that didn't lead to better games, that didn't lead to more games, this is why it's still actually good that somehow we've shut everything down. I love The Evil Within. Excuse my random angry rant in this video. I love The Evil Within.
Yeah, that's Shinji Mikami. I thought it should have got more budget too. And Evil Within kind of gave me that Resident Evil 4 vibe, and it was pretty good. I beat it. I loved it. Evil Within 2 was pretty good too. That's a funny little thing he has down there. But they're going to do their own thing now, so things are going to be fine. Kamiya's coming back too. I think it all comes back around the right way in the end, and I love seeing that. Everything works out and falls into the place it needs to fall into.
Evil Within 1, The Evil Within 2 are masterpieces. I will always die on the hill that I feel like the best modern horror games that are completely overlooked are Evil Within 1, Evil Within 2.
Yeah.
When Microsoft bought that, they bought Tango and stuff. I was super excited, like, okay, let's see a big budget Evil Within 3. I would do anything for an Evil Within 3. What happened? They shut them down. Microsoft shut them down. Now, you could say, oh, a lot of the talent leads had already left. It was a shell of the company. But it's still weird to me that they even got shut down. Why buy the most talented studios with the biggest projects, with the most passion, and you spend top dollar to get it, and then just put it into the recycle bin and then say empty? It's...
You know why Dreamcast guy? Because when they bought them, they spent all that money, and then they didn't see the profit that they wanted. It could be a good game, just like Hi-Fi Rush had an 88, 89 meta, but they didn't make the money they wanted, so they shut it down. Because it's not about a good video game. It's about just making more profit.
Psycho to me to say things like the competition of gaming isn't other games, it's TikTok. Look at this. Mike Ibarra, the previous president of Xbox, he's been talking a lot about how much he doesn't like a lot of these decisions. And a lot of gamers on the Xbox side have been pissed at Mike Ibarra. I've actually seen entire Xbox podcasts hating on Mike Ibarra, saying this man's like a jealous ex just sitting here outside the house yelling at her new boyfriend or some shit like that, right? I still feel like I like his takes, where even if I disagree with him a lot, I still like his takes because he has been inside of meetings that you and I have not seen. He's heard stuff psycho and crazy and awful enough that obviously he left for a reason, right? But I like his...
Exactly. He left, and then they went and got Blizzard. He's like, oh, hell no, I'm leaving again. He's like, I'm not going back to that sand pit. No, thanks. And it's like I was saying before in the video before, you're competing for time, and gaming is competing for gaming. Like Nintendo on the go, I got your time 24/7. They're smart, and they've always built that handheld. So no matter what, back in those times, Nintendo was years ahead, decades ahead. You always had that Game Boy with you too, or go home to the home console. Now it's both. And you're spending hours there. Shorts is like saying, I looked at gaming for 30 seconds. What are you talking about? How's it? How do you even say that? That's what, yeah, you do not know what you're talking about. The most dumbest statement I've seen.
Pushback. Gaming does not compete with short form video. It competes with time.
Yeah.
It's different. Video games are a multi-hour premium experience. They're so good you forget your sense of time. You escape reality and the challenges and stresses of today. Short form video is what you do when you have a few minutes multiple times throughout the day. FYI, the average core gamer spends about 3 hours a day in the games they love on a daily basis, sometimes 5. This is so good. You could put this on my tombstone. I love this legitimately that much. Video games are...
Yeah, Mike's statement's been cooking lately. He's been roasting Microsoft, but I don't blame him. I get it.
Multi-hour premium experiences. And I feel like this is the heart of what more gamers want. Charge me a fee. Charge me a fair fee for a big game, right? $60, $70, whatever it takes for a big, crazy, story-focused, beautiful world with cool characters and stuff. I'm happy to pay that to fund more of that art. I don't want to pay with eyeball ad time. I don't want to be turning on my Xbox and have to watch ads for my legally required 5 hours of Game Pass a day. I want...
No, they're going to put those ads there. Get ready.
Good actual experiences that make me want to escape reality. This is so good. I mean, obviously it's Mike Ibarra, he knows what he's talking about, but I feel like it really highlights the fact that this is wild.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's a really good statement. Like, and he's been cooking a bit. So we get the idea here, right? Guys, Dreamcast guy is right in this video again. Now in the past, I understand questioning that when we were trying to push for something that we thought was probably pro-consumer, and just that fight was still kind of worth it in a certain extent. But now more than ever, it's less relevant. And like I said, nobody really likes this as an Xbox gamer deep down inside. I'm Nintendo at heart, but I'm a gamer at heart too, in that sense where it's like I've been with Nintendo. I've had Sega stuff. I've had PlayStation stuff since day one. There was no Xbox back then, you know what I mean? And then I went there because from the Sega situation to there, they migrated all the way to here we are. PC gaming, all that stuff too. We do it all. I beat all the best games on all platforms. So I don't want to see anything gaming die, but that happens. Just like we saw Sega go down. Did I want that? No, of course not. But hey, man, it happens. So like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you guys think. As usual, you know what we're doing over here. Telling the truth and pulling down the curtain now. Later.